I like that storyline.
Newcomer versus, yeah, it'll be good. There is no offseason. We should mention kind of the rest of the winners of this season. Obviously, Joseph Saley took Pomona.
Yep.
We've heard Eris won in Finland this weekend.
Who won Phoenix?
Does Phoenix happen yet? I think that's coming up. Desert. I think it's like next week.
Got it.
And the kid in Canada. I'm sorry, I forget his name.
Oh yeah, Jake.
Jake.
Taking the CTWC Canada.
We've started? Okay, we have started. Look at that little spot just staring at Shen right there. Said goodbye, Spot.
So now we see Dan's controller grip. It looks like he's a hyper tapper. He's definitely tapping.
He's holding like a Wiimote.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And you can see like the tight action on that hyper tapping. There's not a lot of travel on the finger. You really need to exceed 11 hertz to make it worthwhile. It's a little bit easier on 18, but 19 you're really going to see some sparks fly.
Is he using that strange third-party controller? Let Dan?
All right, we got a couple of Tetris lead for Dan here, playing super, super clean. Shen as well. This is very, very early in the match. So it's too early to call who really has a huge advantage, but it's nice. Well, it's maintaining that lead. Shen getting ready with a line. Gets another one right behind it. Has to do a little bit of pruning both players. You can't really call it a dig, just kind of trimming and pruning their stack, making it nice and pretty. A little maintenance. But the lead's growing, and he's ready for another one. We're gonna start seeing some exchanges here. Let's see if they can keep it clean. It's so crucial to stay Tetris ready. Dan with a giant sidewell here. I like the discipline of not getting ready with the line piece there. Oh, that's a crucial misdrop by Beastin.
Should be okay.
But they're just
gonna keep them further behind.
Exactly, and now
if you survive, you can still win.
The squares are coming, the wrong lines are coming. It can really exacerbate the situation, getting these tough pieces. Dan barely felt that drought. Just a very flexible stack. I think Shen did the right thing there. Just get ready for consistent Tetrises, especially when your opponent is that clean and with a significant lead now 112,000. We're getting
six Tetrises.
We're getting into kind of change the way you play mode here.
It is game one.
He's putting a ton of pressure on what's happening here, and just more. You can see kind of like the small selling out the stack moments for Shen. Playing aggressively can be definitely rewarded, but more often than not can put you in a bad situation. 70% Tetrises. This is amazing pace in this tournament, this round for Dan. Kind of a really tough square and S-burst here, Z-burst.
Looks like he's going to trim that down okay.
The cursor on the screen?
We took it off.
Oh, okay.
It was for a brief second.
Got it. Let's see here.
Cursor.
Dan, the pace has taken a little bit of a hit, has been given a tough deal on some of these pieces. Man, if he doesn't get that blue L, oh, got him.
Boom.
Really nice to see that line come in. But it's still just, it's very, very tricky sequences here. Love that L tuck, just showing creativity, improvisation. Shen now with a 158,000 point deficit, and he's taking that straight into the transition. It's gonna be tough.
And a drought on top of all that.
Yep. Oh, he's
But
going
look at
for
that,
it.
he's ready. Look at this.
No.
Well done.
Statement Tetris right there.
He's not going to knock himself out. He's going to make Dan knock him out.
He's cleaned it up just at the right moment. Dan dealing with his own drama here.
Exactly.
He did get that L quite a bit. He's going to need another one. Or a line piece will do it. Get him ready to go here. And he's ready to run free. I like that double. And we are off to the races. Yeah, this is a nice lead. Shen can get one more to, oh, no, he's going to transition.
Shen's looking good. If you're behind this much, this is where you want to be if you're that far behind.
He's been dirty most of this game, but he has picked the correct time to get real clean.
Just play your game and let the chips fall.
And Dan is staying aggressive here. In a tough dig situation, he's out of it. Let's see if he gets Tetris ready here. Man, oh, that Z burst, my goodness. And it's still coming.
Shen is closing that gap. It's down to 120.
He's down to 119 for sure. And meanwhile, oh, the levels just keep raising. The stakes keep raising for Dan.
The points go up though. Look at that.
Here's where the hyper tapping really comes in. Getting that line over is so crucial.
Boom Tetris Shen.
No, that Z is going to shut down a lot of his board, and that is it.
About a 4 Tetris, 3.5 Tetris.
This is a bigger rundown.
This is interesting.
This is a tougher rundown.
You can't play conservative. You got to get at least a couple.
Yeah, I don't have the math in front of me. He's got a lot of levels ahead, but singling is going to make this...
It's too little. That's 60 singles. That's not going to happen. So you got to at least go at least 2. But you can play it a little. I mean, you got 7 levels.
Look at that. Takes the triple.
That's good. Let it come to you.
Yep. You don't have to sell out the stack here.
This will be an amazing comeback if he can get that line piece. It's not coming though.
Oh, he's shut down as well, but he opens it back
there
up.
It is.
And
There's one.
Tetris.
There's one. One more will do it.
Now he can be a little more conservative if he wants to, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be on the menu here.
9 single lines will be enough.
Yeah, that Tetris really added some flair, some pace to it. And yeah, the points are coming in freely now.
3 single lines. There's one. Oh my goodness.
Little nerves check here.
There's 2.
And that's it. Ran it down. What a game.
Tremendous. 200,000 point difference doesn't matter.
Wow.
One mistake.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the graph on the score.
Look. Wow.
That's all red.
My God.
All red and 2 little spots of green. Wow. Hey, that's just the first game, though.
My goodness, guys.
That's just the first game.
GG's all around.
This top 4 is proving to be very high here. Whew. Let's keep it going, guys.
That's going to be one of the biggest comebacks ever. That's top 10 for sure.
That's a hot comeback on an official event here. We've come to play here. We've come to play.
That's 20% of a max out.
It is.
It's crazy.
It is. And it was just, honestly, RNG played a huge factor. I didn't see Dan do anything overtly aggressive.
No.
You get a couple Z's in a row when you can't handle them, and it's just so brutal. Starting to get a little, that drought did a little bit of damage on him, but he's got the lead.
So
to have the lead after a kind of a sticky drought situation like that, just wonderful play. But Shen is so clean. and the game is being a little unkind to Dan.
He's making a tower. I mean,
yeah.
It's in the middle. It's where you want that tower, but you don't want that tower.
It's a jagged tower. Especially when Shen is running free right now.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's getting some seeds of his own. Every time a player gets clean,
Tetris for Dan.
There's just, that was a dirty Tetris too. But that went a long way to clean up his stack.
Oh my God, just.
Oh my gosh, these RNG gamuts. Can he hit the spin? Get that spin. That would have solved a ton of problems for him. Instead, it kind of created a couple new ones, but cleaned it up like an absolute champ. Let's go. We have ourselves a game.
Well, just going back to the spins, though. I mean, it used to be just a neat trick, and now it's become a crucial part.
Oh my gosh, it's the difference between another 8 to 9 line burns and a Tetris.
Yeah.
What a huge swing. But I mean, Shen has kind of kept the door open for him as well with all this digging and cleanup. And Dan is going to go for a slightly dirty Tetris here. He's going to get it.
All right.
Love seeing that.
Shen's ahead by a Tetris and change.
Yep.
He's got the drought of 30 right now.
Yeah. But he's staying aggressive.
He's ready to go if he can get it.
It can always feel very unfair as well, especially with different piece sets.
Ooh, and he was aggressive with when he finally got the line to keep it open.
This is still a drought in my opinion. So
yeah.
You got to keep the meter running on that.
That's like turning on the sprinkler when it hasn't rained. It's not real.
That's a T-spin from a man Shen. But Dan has taken the lead back in this kind of compound drought.
There's the Tetris. Nicely done. Well played.
And now he's going to get out of this. Kind of a once bitten, twice shy. He really got aggressive for that Tetris and got slapped on the wrist by a drought.
Holy spin is right, Heather.
But just one player hits the spin, one player misses it, and you can see it's such a swing.
Yeah.
It's like Sean Kemp missing a dunk in the 90s and John Stockton taking it back for a layup, you know? Sorry, I'm just trying to do I forgot my 90s players for a second.
You're
there.
good.
Shen slamming Tetris is down now.
Back to 2 clean boards and a 1 Tetris lead.
We're seeing a lot of hot scoring swaps here.
Thanks, hard drop.
Oh my gosh. Flashes of light everywhere.
Yeah. In this dark arcade.
You were
the biggest arcade in the universe.
I was gonna say, you were looking for fireworks and we're starting to see them.
It's accentuated.
Oh, I love these overhang strats from both players. You can see the creativity. You can see them kind of loosened up. You know, the second game, they're starting to really come into their own and play more creatively, a little more swagger in their game.
Yep.
Shen had to take the triple there. That can be pretty brutal. Oh, I love the adjustment for that L. It's great. Solid plays, but man, not rewarded. Oh, he just the game just keeps raising the stakes on him.
We got a double well over on the right. We got some pizza face on the left. So
yeah, but Dan's opened it up. Oh, those squares though. The squares know exactly when you're not ready for them, and they bring friends.
Nobody likes the square.
No, you can't. That's got to be the first. That's the first
Tetris difference.
That's FBI profiling there. They asked the suspect what their favorite piece is. Square, serial killer.
He's got the FBI facial there for sure.
That's right. Oh man, both players cannot run away with it right now.
No.
Every time I think
we want, that's not what they want.
Right. Every time I think, okay, he's clean and he's dirty, there's a new problem that presents itself.
Transition.
Oh, and a sneaky transition. I didn't even see it coming. All this digging. Oh my God, Shen is in a rough spot.
High and a drought, but he's handling it so far.
No, he's been droughted all game. It's almost like the game knows.
Oh,
so
he gave
vulnerable.
up on it.
I mean, there's giving up, and then there's just being choked to death by RNG. And we're evened up.
You got that game in your pocket, so it's not quitting.
Look at that one little piece of garbage in the top left of Beastin Shen's board. Stopped him from being able to skim. So it just set kind of the watermark of what he could do, and it boxed him in. And then the game did the rest with the drought.
Awkward.
Are we taking a break?
Vince had to do a thing. So
okay.
Are they gone? Are they playing?
No, they're not playing.
Oh, what's Dan doing?
He's just warming up.
Oh, still out?
Just doing some 19.
I was just captains for a minute.
I could tell it wasn't Vince because I could hear the countdown.
Good matchup.
Yeah.
I love it.
Game 3.
Semifinals.
There's going to be a deciding winner here. Again, we're seeing a lot of trouble with 19. It's one thing to do it in the qualifier. It's another thing to do it while everybody's watching, while your opponent is playing. How dare you? I'm not responsible for these droughts. I would never do that to a young man or a slightly older man. Dan playing pretty conservatively here, content to take it down and just work on his board health. Beastin a little more aggressive, setting up some delayed burns. Oh, he just gets the right piece. It can be a very satisfying thing when you get that blue jay when you need it. Dan setting up a great tuck, and it resolves without skimming. You love to see that, and he slams home with Tetris. Style points from a man.
Both players were looking calm, a little tense, but
no.
Two
Two squares with nothing to do with them. Well, I like this flat play. I actually didn't see some of those moves coming up from Shen, and he surprised me in a very wonderful way.
You surprised Jonas. That's high praise.
I like how flat that was.
Look at that.
Great, cleaned it up very, very nicely.
That's Tetris ready.
That's that Tetris GM. Just the high IQ that you saw from Kirby earlier, and now you're seeing it from Shen.
Dan's opened up a 2 Tetris lead here. And he's a little wonky, but he should be fine.
Yeah, down to 1. He's got kind of a left side well. Let's see if he transfers it or if he flirts with a center Tetris well. I like it. It's a little indecision there. This could be bad.
Pretty bad?
No. He got some L's. He's good to go. It's tough. As soon as your board gets a little inflexible, man, those pieces start coming in. And Shen has capitalized on this small opening, and now he has a close to 2 Tetris lead. Dan takes a bite out of it immediately. We are very close. We're about halfway to the transition, a little over.
61%. That's.
Oh my gosh, this is the perfect setup from Dan.
There it is.
Really, really great to see. It takes a lot of pressure off of him. Yep. And it's still happening. Very conservative. He's not down by a ton, so it's not going to hurt him. He's really adjusting his play to the game. The CTM experience seems like it's paying off for him. He's playing some great tournament Tetris. huge shout out to the CTM. If you want to see more action in between the tournaments, there's I'm not sure who's hosting it these days, but if somebody knows in chat, you can shout out the Classic Tetris Monthly to see more of these wonderful competitors. I feel like T-Bricks was running some of the games recently.
Vanderwiller still hosts it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Vanderwiller, okay, got it.
And that's Keith, and he also donated to Replay RX Fund for this tournament, so I appreciate it.
Awesome. Oh man, these E's and S's. Shen took a body blow there by RNG, and it still hurts.
Okay.
And Dan has taken the lead.
Wow.
He was close for a while. He was threatening it, and now he's got a one Tetra lead, and dare I say, a little cleaner of a board. Simul
I wouldn't
Tetris.
complain about either of those. Yeah.
Simul Tetris. Yeah, they're both looking great now.
Well, that's a little killer.
Yeah, just the level of that square, just being right at 3 lines, it's just so troll. This is kind of a rough pattern to be caught in for Shen. Just that weird alternating kind of 3 wide wells.
At least it's low.
At least it's low.
With 120.
Yep. One more Tetris is going to transition both players.
Let's see if Dan can get a spin.
Oh man,
He didn't wait for it.
I don't know. I kind of wanted that line to the right. This is tricky, and he's going to transition a little high, but he gets the line.
Just gets it.
Big Tetris.
And then he misses it's that speed difference.
Yeah.
It gets everybody.
You gotta take some time, get used to it. Maybe play a little more conservatively.
It's that cold pool. You just dip get your whole leg in it.
He's right there. Great setup from Dan. Gets the Tetris. Shen with the off-center well. That's a tough one to maintain. Meanwhile, your opponent is super clean and ready for more.
It's the one Tetris lead, but he's not ready.
He handled those Z's like a champ. He's got a clean well. Will the game give him a line piece? It will.
It does.
You never expect the game to reward great setups. It seems like it has right there.
Boom. All right,
Let's
back to
go.
one Tetris.
That was sketchier than it looked.
Yeah.
That was very close.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Overhang. Get it over. Get over. All right.
Oh, my gosh, and he's digging it.
This. He's already come back once.
That just shows how
Get it over. You got it.
Oh, we needed that line, and that is going to do it. Dan was in a position to take that. Does not need to chase down a score. Great game by both players.
That's what you want in the semis.
Tetrising into the 19.
500,000.